There are several hundred churches, temples, and other places of worship in Montgomery, but one of the newest is unique. Our Tim Lennox has the story of a Vietnamese Buddhist monastery that now calls Montgomery home.
It is the very first Buddhist monastery in the capital city, which raises the question everyone seems to ask, why Montgomery? Before the interview, we met with the sister who runs the monastery, Phuc Mai, at a Vietnamese restaurant at Prattville called La Taste. It's owned by Whiskey Nguyen, who's a member of the temple and who translated for us. Why Montgomery, Alabama? What drew you here of all the places in the United States that you could go?
Người Mỹ người ta không có hiểu về đạo Phật. Cái điều gì cô nghĩ?
Cái vùng đó rất là dữ.
Buddhism is all one word, is faith. Yeah. So if you believe in it, faith, that's how bring her here. One of the students asked her to move here because we don't have a Buddhist temple here, and she need one. So please move to Montgomery. And she begged, the student begged her with crying.
The crying apparently worked. The sister found a small building to buy next to the old Normandale Mall. It had been a church before, but the sister was short $20,000.
Lại có người nói cô về đâu thì sport con về đây.
And she called to the student to be her sponsor, and they asked her where she moved to. She said, I moved to Montgomery, Alabama. And I say, no, if you move to Montgomery, Alabama, I'm not going to sponsor you.
Others also pushed back, telling her not to come to Montgomery, saying it was not a good place. But she came anyway. Buddhism is not a religion. We can discuss that. Is Buddha a god?
Buddha is not God. Not saying Buddha is a human being. Buddha lived 80 years old.
We're talking about almost 3,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
There are 5 basic tenets of Buddhism which more or less match up with the teachings of many churches. Do not kill or harm living things. Do not steal. Avoid sexual misconduct. Do not lie. And do not take intoxicating substances. That first rule, do not harm living things, extends even to the mosquito that lands on your arm. Buddhists teach you may shoo it away, but not slap it to death. Buddhists believe in reincarnation. Is Buddha still living among us somewhere?
Yes, the Buddha is alive in somewhere in another form, maybe in one of us. We don't know. Buddha always said, if you do bad thing, you will be bad. If you do a good thing, in return you will be good.
One of the statues in the monastery looks like a devil. It's a woman who they believe has multiple faces, allowing her to teach various people about Buddhism, including the scary face to convince evil people to be good, to be enlightened, to be like the Buddha. The new Buddhist community in Montgomery will celebrate a feast this Sunday. It's a kind of combination Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Grandparents' Day. There will be singing and celebrating, and you're welcome to attend. It starts at 4 in the afternoon. The monastery address, 510 Winston Drive, just off Norman Bridge Road. Tim Lennox, Alabama News Network in Montgomery.
Thank you, Tim. And for more information on the Montgomery Monastery, as well as a half-hour documentary on Buddhism and other spiritual beliefs, you can go to our website, alabamanews.net.